Hello everyone, welcome back to part 3 of my expert mode series, also known as the final part because I beat a bunch of bosses in this and I also beat the Moon Lord. I just want to say thank you to all the people who watched my last video because that one got a lot of views, and a very large number of views, so thank you so much to everyone who watched that. That was very cool of you. Anyway, this episode begins with a fight with Queen Slime. You know, some payback after losing to the easiest pre-hard mode boss in the last video. And obviously, we absolutely destroy her, because, you know, it's a pretty easy boss. And then we fight her again. Now this was quite a while ago, so I don't know what my thought process was, but I'm pretty sure we want the Blade Staff, and that's why I stopped doing attempts, because this is the one where I did get the Blade Staff. So, you know, that's pretty awesome. While we're on the topic of getting revenge on enemies that have absolutely demolished us in previous videos on the series, I just absolutely destroy the Eater of Worlds. Look at this damage. I'm using cursed darts with the blowgun, and it does a very large amount of damage. You know what? We're on a boss-crushing roll. Why stop now? Next on the hit list, Skeletron Prime. I use one potion and then summon up the worst boss in all of Terraria and see how it goes. One thing of note instantly is that we're doing little to no damage to this boss. Look at its health bar, it is going down about an inch every 2 hours. Lilith's necklace was actually incredibly useful during this fight because it helped me get more distance from the guy, and the further away I was, he couldn't touch me. So yeah, it was a good. Wow, this fight is actually going really well. And how long do we have today? Oh, that's right, about 0.01 seconds. Okay, I'm dead. I'm gonna blame that loss on the lack of good potions. So you know what time it is? Fishing time! Yay! We take a small nap for about 10 hours, so that it's nighttime, because Skeletron Prime only comes out at night. That makes complete sense, and I totally understand why that happens. This time, when I go into battle with 4 potions. That's a lot more than last time if you think about it. I don't really have anything else to comment on in this section, because it's just the same as before, but I don't screw it up. Anyway, after tearing him apart limb from limb, you know, it's a pretty easy fight, because he can't really attack me. So I quickly get this absolute demon off of my screen. We unfortunately just barely don't have enough hollowed bars to make a full armor set, so not wanting to waste my potions, I decide that the best course of action is to take over the twins. You know, like when there's 2 minutes left in the night. Quite unfortunately, we run out of time and cannot complete the twins fight. Yep, that's definitely what happened. Do not look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. It's just that we ran out of time. I didn't die or anything. I'm way too good at the game for that. Wanting to be rid of the worst stage of hard mode, boss-wise, we do another fishing time. Yay! So fun. This time, I curb stomp the twins. It's not close at all. What are you talking about? I'm not stressed at all in this situation. I tried to defeat the destroyer, but then, of course, Duppy Potato shows up again and is like, oh hey, I'm doing Moonlord now. Yippee, you have to come watch. You don't have another choice. So I don't get to do the destroyer for about 10 minutes while I watch him absolutely fail the Moonlord fight. I mean, come on. Who didn't see this coming? You know what time it is, and unlike the last time I fought the Destroyer, I actually start at full health instead of half. So, fun fact, even though basically every Terraria YouTuber ever uses holy arrows, they're actually not necessary, and you can just use the Daedalus Stormbow with any high damaging arrow, and it will basically demolish the Destroyer either way. In 24 in-game seconds, we've already dealt 20,000 damage to this. So, holy arrows would be overkill at that point. You don't need to deal more damage than that. There isn't really much else to comment on, you know, it's just the destroyer. You just move side to side, kill the probes, and use the Daedalus Stormbow to deal insane amounts of damage. But even though there's nothing left to comment on, I really like this song, so I'm just gonna let it go for a little bit longer. Even though half of the 7 people who actually watched this far have probably stopped watching because they just listened to Death by Glamour for 2 minutes straight, I think it was worth it because it's a really good song. We craft up a pickaxe axe because drills are for losers, and then we head over to the guide and see what else we can craft. And I see a little item that I've never used before but I've heard of, called the flamethrower. I decide, you know what, I should try this seems pretty fun. Because we don't want to sit at a slime statue for 2 hours straight, we buy a bunch of torches and go over to the Aether in hope of shimmering them into sticks and gel. You know, like the anvil trick that I told you about last episode. It doesn't work. They don't turn into sticks and gel, they turn into Aether torches. So not only are we now broke, we also still don't have any gel from that. But it's fine, we find a whole 200 gel in the chest. So now we have not enough gel to do anything, but at least we have some, you know? In a desperate attempt to get more gel, we get some King Slime summons, and we fight him to get some gel. It's not horrible, but it's not very much. After finding 800 gel in the chest, which made everything that we just did completely useless and have no meaning, we try and get some chlorophyte, both for the chlorophyte shot bow and for the shroomite armor once we've beaten Plantera. But of course, we can't just relax for a day and mine some chlorophyte. No, it's time for another invasion. It's pirate time! Yay! Okay, now we've got all the stuff we need. After searching for a whole 15 minutes, we find a special little pink bulb laying next to our Queen Bee arena. We expand the Queen Bee arena to make it go from tiny to slightly less tiny, but still tiny. Then, and this is gonna blow your mind, we steal a joke from another YouTuber and make an Osagoth tunnel. We eat some grapes and drink 5 different bottles of mysterious liquids, and then we summon Plantera up. As you can see, I'm using the flamethrower for this fight. This is because the armor penetration on the flamethrower basically halves Plantera's defense, making it go from 36 down to 21. Luckily, Plantera goes into a second phase where I'm at the bottom of my platform, however she's a bit too close to me, so I still do get hit. Unfortunately, I reached the bottom of my tunnel before Plantera is dead, so I have to do a little turnaround maneuver, which I take quite a bit of damage from. I make it back up to the top of my arena, and still have not defeated Plantera, but it's fine, because there wasn't much health left anyways. But the Plantera fight wasn't even what was stressful. What was really stressful is what happens right here. There's no treasure bag. I'm scared out of my wits right now. I don't have to go through all the process of finding a bulb again, and that bulb was one that was right next to my arena, and I can't find the treasure bag anywhere. It's nowhere to be found. Luckily, I do find the treasure bag in the middle of absolutely nowhere, but I mean, hey, at least I found it, right? Fun fact, when I played through Not the Bees as a summoner class, I was in the dungeon for 2 hours grinding for the Morning Star, and here I get it, in no joke, 2 minutes after defeating Plantera, which is just ridiculous. By the way, if you couldn't tell what we're actually in here for, we're in here for some ectoplasm to craft up some Frostmoon summons. After getting enough ectoplasm and another Morning Star, we actually head out of the dungeon to attempt the Frostmoon. I summon up the Frostmoon for the first time ever. I've actually never done the Frostmoon before, so I'm curious to see how this goes. The waves go down quite quickly. Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3. But then I get to Wave 4, and progress slows to a halt, because an Everscream spawned. I don't know why I struggled so much to kill these guys, but I don't think I ever killed one of them without dying at least once in the process. And the worst part is, I don't even need any drops from these guys. They only drop melee and mage weapons. I am going for the Santa NK1s, which don't spawn until much later into the night. Even worse, Nevscream just walks into my house and makes itself comfortable, killing every single one of my NPCs. Wonderful! Oh, we made it to Wave 6, but it doesn't matter anyway because there's still absolutely no Santa NK1s. Oh my gosh. Finally! That should not have taken so long. I only have half the night left to actually kill any of these guys. But it doesn't even matter because I don't even manage to kill one anyway, so there's no point to any of that. This Frostmoon starts off pretty similar to the first Frostmoon. You know, we absolutely demolish the waves until the Everscreams come back. They are falling out of the sky just to kill me. However, we kill this one much faster by doing the very honourable strategy of standing in the sky and shooting arrows at it until it dies from a very safe and far away distance. Ah, here we go. The tank has spawned. Time to kill it. Just kidding. You didn't think I was actually good at the game or anything, did you? Oh, great. I got spanked by the spike. That's wonderful. Holy crap. We actually killed one of them. This is insane. This is an amazing development. And he didn't drop anything. The Frostmoon ends without a single sand tank even spawning, like what the hell? Instead of sleeping till the next night, we decided it would be smart to do a solar eclipse. For whatever reason, I don't remember why I did this, but I do know it was stupid. But hey, you know how the saying goes, when you're in the solar eclipse, you die a lot. However, instead of dying a lot, we decided to use the nurse, because, you know, going broke is better than dying. We still die a lot. A lot. And then the nurse dies instead of us once for a change. And then we die. Believe it or not, we then die again. And then to cap off the solar eclipse, yep, you guessed it, we die again. Our house is a graveyard biome now. But hey, now I have a cool accessory, so that was all worth it. We upgrade the cool accessory into an extra cool accessory, so now not only are we just stronger all the time, we're even stronger at night. Then I lose all my money to reforging because I get spiked, jagged, and arcane about 20 times in a row. We decide it's a good time to get the truffle to move in because we're gonna need him for shroomite armor, so we make the artificial mushroom biome. Then, because we're so broke we can't even afford to get a cardboard box to sleep on the streets in, we go down to the mob farm and get some money. Wanting to do something else for a little bit, we go down to the jungle temple. Only issue, we don't know where it is. Oh, okay. That's pretty convenient. I don't think I've ever done a single playthrough of Terraria where when I went to go to the Golem's chamber, I did not find a mimic in the jungle temple. I spawned in Golem, but I have absolutely nothing to comment on, except the fact that this fight was way too close, because it's just a Golem fight, you know, there's nothing to comment on. If you couldn't tell, I've been procrastinating doing this, because I really just don't want to, but you know what, I can't procrastinate it forever. As per usual, the first 3 waves are an absolute joke. But when the Everscream spawns, we make the intelligent decision of just ignoring it and killing everything else, since you don't need to kill the Everscream to get to the next wave. However, because I'm the worst person at strategizing anything ever, now we just have a whole bunch of Everscreams that all want to kill us, and we can't even get to the next wave because we keep dying, so we have to kill them anyway. Oh wow, we actually got something of value for once. The rest of the Frost Moon yielded nothing, which kinda sucks because I was going for the Elf Melter and I got the chain gun. But I mean, hey, I'll take it. We take on the Lunatic Cultist, but because it's such an easy fight, we win first try. Yup, definitely first try. We decide to cheese the Vortex Pillar, until we don't, and then we die a lot. Like a whole bunch. So many times. Embarrassingly. I'm not exaggerating. I would go in there, do 2,000 damage, and then immediately die afterwards. It's absolutely ridiculous how many times I died trying to kill this pillar. But then when I finally kill it, I die again. What were you expecting? Hey, I mean, at least I can craft up the Vortex Beater now. It's a pretty cool weapon. Oh great, I got a bad modifier. That's fun. Getting the Vortex Beater has increased my damage by so much, it's actually insane. As expected, I absolutely cheesed the Stardust Pillar with absolutely no difficulty, because that's just how it is, you know? Before killing the Nebula Pillar though, I have a couple things I need to check off my list. Sure, I could just go into the Moonlord fight with crap accessories, no potions, Lilith necklace, and a dream, but I think I can upgrade at least one of those, so I think I'm going to try and get a better mount. If you know anything about Terraria, you know exactly what mount I'm going for right now. I make an arena, and now I actually have a boss that's worth commenting on. It's been like 8 minutes since I had one of those. First things first, as you can see, we're just absolutely shredding his health with the Vortex Beater. I was not kidding when I said this was an improvement to our DPS. We make it into a second phase, and things actually don't get much harder from here, but things get exponentially harder when we make it to his third phase, but I'll elaborate a bit more on that later. Okay, elaboration time. So basically, this is the phase where he realizes he can make me go blind, and he can also teleport. But it's fine, because as you saw earlier, my Vortex Beater with Glorified Bullets just shreds through his health anyway, so it didn't matter. And unlike the Lunatic Cultist, I'm not being sarcastic, I legitimately beat Duke Fishron first try. I am not kidding when I say I have not fought Duke Fishron since I played 1.2 on Mobile Edition. That was the last time I fought Duke Fishron, and I beat him first try. Okay, now Nebula Pillar go bye-bye, and I have to fight the big boy now. My first fight with Moonlord goes about as well as you'd expect, as in, I fail miserably. First things first, I'm just straight up not nearly fast enough to dodge Moonlord's laser. But on the bright side, the Vortex Beater is just absolutely tearing through his health bar. Okay, I'm about to blow your mind. As you can see, in this frame, Moonlord was to the left of me, and then the Phantasmal Death Ray appeared above me before he had actually teleported above me. So if you think about it, I'm not bad at Terraria, this is the game's fault. Luckily, I can make one more Celestial Sigil, so I get one more chance at this. There is one simple change in this fight that made it actually possible. Rain. And it was pretty easy too, all I had to do was sleep for 8 purgatory sentences. Another very notable difference in this fight is that I just went absolutely ham on these potions, because I really do not want to do the pillars again. No one does. Sorry, what the hell? Why are there Stardust cells here? We get his left eye out first, then his right, and finally his top eye, which is pretty difficult to do because it's closed 99.9% of the time anyway. But now we're going straight for his heart, and before you know it, the Moonlord is defeated. But this challenge isn't done just yet. I still have 3 hours of footage left. We open up our treasure bag, and thank God we got the Space Dolphin machine gun. I do not think I would be able to cope with doing this challenge for another 3 hours if I hadn't gotten the Space Dolphin machine gun. We decide our next goal is full Vortex armor because Shroomite armor can kiss my ass, so we absolutely demolish the Lunatic Cultist, the Nebula Pillar, the Stardust Pillar, the Solar Pillar, which is less hard than the Nebula Pillar. I just want to put it out there, Nebula Pillar is by far the hardest. And finally the Vortex Pillar. It's not even raining, and we still demolish the Moon Lord. Look at this DPS output compared to the Vortex Meter. The Space Dolphin machine gun is absolutely insane. After an amazingly easy fight, we get some more Luminite, and we also open the treasure bag and see that we get another Space Dolphin machine gun. That's fun. I'm glad I don't have to suffer using the Shroomite armor anymore, because now I have the actual good set of armor. Okay, so I wanted to fight the Empress of Light, so I made basically half of my world hollow, but I couldn't find a summon, but none of it mattered anyway, because the video got corrupted. Again. So I think I'll just end the video here.